The boardroom was silent. Everyone's eyes were on him, the CEO, the youngest in the company's history, the man who had tripled revenue in 5 years, who was dubbed the wolf in a white suit by Forbes. But right now, CEO Warren Hayes wasn't thinking about quarterly reports or market share. He was staring at his phone, at a single text message from the hospital. "He's stable, no change." He stood up without a word and walked out, his chest hollow. It had been 94 days since his world stopped spinning, and he couldn't keep pretending it hadn't. That night, a soft knock at the ICU door would change everything. The story begins. Warren Hayes was a man of precision. He lived in spreadsheets, structured meetings, tight-lipped negotiations, and fine-tailored suits. But behind the boardroom dominance was a man who tucked in his son every night with a bedtime story about dragons and secret agents. That boy Liam was his entire world until the accident. A car ran a red light. Warren had been in Tokyo on business. By the time he landed in New York, Liam was already in a medically induced coma. The doctors said the trauma was severe, but there was hope. Hope that was 94 days ago. Every night since, Warren sat beside Liam's bed. Sometimes he spoke. Sometimes he just held his hand. His empire could burn for all he cared. He would have traded every dollar, every accolade, just to hear Liam laugh again. On day 95, Warren was on edge. He'd barely slept. The guilt was louder than any email ping. He had almost missed the nurse knocking at the door. She was young, barely older than an intern, her badge reading Ava RN. "I can wake your son," she said gently, stepping into the room. Warren looked up, exhausted and angry. "Don't say that unless you mean it." "I do," she said simply, "but you'll have to trust me." He wanted to dismiss her, another well-meaning dreamer, but there was something in her eyes. Not arrogance, not false hope, but conviction, so he let her speak. Ava explained that she had studied a newer, experimental therapy involving emotional memory stimulation, sound and scent pairing. It wasn't widely practiced. The hospital didn't officially approve it, but she had seen it work, once, with her own brother, who'd been in a coma for a year. "What would you need?" Warren asked, his voice tight with skepticism and silent hope. "His world," she replied. "Music he loved, smells he knew, your voice, and patience." Warren agreed. That night, Ava brought a small speaker and a bundle of lavender and cinnamon, Liam's favorite bedtime scent. Warren had mentioned it once, without thinking. She remembered. She played the theme song from Liam's favorite spy cartoon. She played voice memos Warren recorded. Silly jokes, bedtime stories. She guided Warren through a gentle touch routine to stir tactile memory. It didn't work that night or the next, but something changed. On day 98, Warren noticed Liam's fingers twitch when his voice played through the speaker. Ava noticed it too. She smiled, but didn't say anything hopeful. Not yet. On day 101, Liam's heart rate jumped when the cartoon theme played, and that night, Warren cried for the first time in weeks. Ava became a regular presence, quiet and kind, patient and steady. She didn't treat Warren like a powerful CEO. She treated him like a father, and over late-night coffees in the hospital cafeteria, they talked about fear, about grief, about their pasts. Ava had lost her parents in a crash. Her brother had woken up after 366 days. She had learned patience the hard way. Warren talked about his guilt, how he'd chased success to give Liam everything, and not realizing Liam already had everything he needed, time with his father. Then came day 109. Liam opened his eyes. It wasn't dramatic. No gasping, no miracle choir, just a flutter of lashes, a weak sound like a whisper, and one word. "Dad." Warren froze. Ava stood still, her hands covering her mouth. "Hey, buddy," Warren choked out. "Hey, I'm here." The nurses came running. Doctors were paged. The room was chaos, but Liam kept his eyes on his father. A week later, Liam was eating pudding and telling knock jokes with a sore voice. It would be a long road back, but the road was there now. When Warren finally returned to his office, he didn't call a board meeting. He called human resources. He created a fund for experimental and compassionate care training in Ava's name. The Ava Initiative. He took 2 months off, sold his third property, started coming home by 5:30 p.m. every day. One evening, Warren walked out of the hospital holding Liam's hand. Ava was waiting outside, smiling. Liam ran to her, wrapping his arms around her waist. Warren looked at her. "I can never repay you. You already did," she said softly. "You believed." Epilogue. Months passed. Liam returned to school. Warren began mentoring single dads. Ava spoke at conferences about her therapy model, and one spring afternoon, at a small park bench under a blooming cherry tree, Liam looked up at Warren and asked, "Dad, did she really wake me up?" Warren looked at Ava, sitting across from them, sketching Liam with charcoal pencils. He smiled. "She reminded you who you are. That's even better." Message to the viewer: no title, no job, no wealth defines us more than our love does. Sometimes healing doesn't come in the form of a miracle. It comes through belief, patience, and connection. We all have the power to wake something in someone else. Hope, joy, life, and maybe, just maybe, love really is the strongest medicine of all.